So here is your first look at a real and fake pair of the Nike SB Dunk Low Powerpuff Girls in the Bubbles colorway. Can you tell any difference between these two? Hopefully this video helps you. Hello, today we have a comparison between a real and fake pair of the Nike SB Dunk Powerpuff Girls in the Bubbles colorway. So we'll get straight into the comparison, take a look at the boxes. This video is to help you if you are trying to purchase a retail pair, so I must emphasize that this does not support the counterfeit industry in any way. It's just to help you if you're trying to buy a retail pair and what you should look out for. So let's get straight into the comparison. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the boxes, and if I show you from the close-up, you can see there's a slight difference in color. So if you look at the actual box color, you'll see that the fake box here is slightly lighter than it is on the retail box. So on the retail one, the Nike text is a little darker gray, and the actual box itself is a little bit more yellow cream compared to the fake one, which is a little bit more towards the white side and a lighter color than it is on the retail one. In terms of sizing of the boxes, they're relatively the same. These are both a UK 9 in sizing, so they should be exactly the same as well. But we'll take a closer look at the labels. So spinning them around and taking a closer look at the labels, as you can see from the close-up, there's a clear difference here. So where it says Nike SB Dunk Low Pro QS on the retail one, it says Nike SB Dunk Low on the fake one. Also, if you look at the color code, you'll see it says Blue Chill Deep Royal Blue on the retail one, whereas it says Cape Blue Lemon Yellow on the fake one. So they've not got this correct. The color code and details on the label on the fake one are completely wrong compared to the retail one, but it's an early batch. So you just need to look out for these details if you are trying to authenticate your pair, because this is probably the most hyped Powerpuff Girls one. This is the one everyone wants because it didn't release on sneakers very well in the UK. So we'll open them up. Let's take a closer look at the shoes. Let's open up the fake one first. So it does come with the Powerpuff Girls paper, so we'll take a closer look at this. Open up the retail one as well, and you can see there's a clear difference straight away. So from the close-up of the paper, you can see the size of the paper and the graphics on top is very different from retail to fake. Also, the feel and look of the paper is very different. On the fake one, it is pretty much laminated, whereas on the retail one it's quite thin and you can actually see through. It's quite transparent compared to the fake one, where this isn't the case, and the size of the paper is very different from retail to fake. But nobody really cares about this, so we'll open them up, take a close look at the shoes. Another small detail just as I'm unboxing, the fake one doesn't come with double paper, so it should come with the outer Powerpuff Girl paper and also a white paper on the inside on the retail one. The fake one just doesn't come with this. So here are the two pairs. Do you spot any differences? Let's take a closer look at some of the details. First detail I'm going to point out is on the retail pair here, you will see it does have some shimmering patches in little circles, as you can see here, which for me look a little bit like fish scales, but I think they're meant to look like bubbles all over the shoe. The fake one has tried to replicate this, but hasn't done the best of jobs. So there are some shimmering parts, but obviously, as you can see here, it isn't as detailed as it is on the retail one. So you can't see that same circling effect on dots all over the shoe. So just look out for that, because that's a key part of the shoe. And as I hold this one up, you can look how obvious that is on the camera, really easy to see. The next difference I'm going to point out is the toe box of both pairs. So as I hold them up to the camera here, you can see a clear difference in the shape of the toe box. This is the fake one here. You can see it's much more squared off at the toe box towards the end. Compared to the retail one here, you can see it curves much more on the retail one. So it's a clear difference between the two. Fakes often get the toe box shape a little bit wrong, and this is something you should look for straight away out of the box. Moving on to the next difference between the two pairs, and it's on the label on the tongue. So if I actually give you a close-up for this, you'll be able to see that the text is very different from retail to fake. So as you can see, it does say Nike SB and has the Bubbles text at the bottom. On this one, you can see the fake one is placed much higher compared to the retail one, with the Bubbles text just lining up just above the stitching, compared to the fake one where you can see there's a much larger gap. Also, if you look at the Nike SB text on the label itself, you'll see the sizing is different from retail to fake. This is another obvious difference and something I'd look at straight away, because even if they're worn or used, you can still tell the difference here. And sticking with this label, if we spin them upside down, take a look at the details on the underside, and I'll give you a close-up of this, you can see that the label, the positioning of the text is very different from retail to fake. The text itself is actually quite good here, however the position of it is very different, with the retail one being slightly lower down, closer to the double stitching, compared to a bigger gap on the fake one, which is really easy to see. One of my favorite details about this shoe is the tongue itself. So it does say Powerpuff Girls, as you can see in the detail here. Really nice. I really do like this part of the shoe. However, if I compare them side by side, retail to fake, and I'll give you a close-up again, you can see that this just isn't done well on the fake one at all. It's a much lighter blue and it just doesn't look the same, and you can't really see the Powerpuff Girls text compared to the retail one where it's a little bit more obvious. Something you should look for if they are a dead stock pair is how they are dead stock laced. So here is the retail one, and as you can see, dead stock laced. I've never worn these, never touched them. And you can see that loophole lace goes through the top lace as their dead stock lace. There is no lace above through the loophole, so this is the last lace that can go through the loophole. If we look at the fake one, however, dead stock lace once again, you can see that they go through the second top lace, so there is a lace above which should go through the loophole, but it doesn't. So it's something you should look for, because another obvious difference, and quite an easy difference to tell straight away out of the box, is if that loophole should go through the top laces that are dead stock laced. Probably something I should have mentioned right at the start, the color of both pairs, and it might not be that easy to see on camera. Hopefully it is, but I would say the fake one is actually slightly lighter than the retail one. The retail one is a little bit of a deeper blue compared to the fake one, and this is easy to see at the back. So if I show you the eyes of both pairs in the close-up here, you can see that that blue part of the eye is darker on the retail one here compared to the fake one. Maybe it still looks a little bit close on the camera, but I do promise you that it is slightly darker blue on the retail pair compared to the fake one. And I'd also say the white part of the eye at the bottom is slightly more off-centered on the retail one compared to the fake one once again. Moving on to the right shoe, they do both come with a set of spare laces and they do come with a black set. However, there is a difference. So on the retail one, you'll see they are attached to the pre-laced yellow laces on the shoe. They come attached here. I think they're trying to reduce their plastic so they don't come with any like plastic tags or anything. However, on the fake one, they don't really care about this. So they've attached them with this kind of like plastic toggle, as you can see here. They're not looped through the laces, so just something you should look for straight away. Easy to tell the difference. In terms of the laces themselves, they're actually relatively close and tied relatively the same as well, so I wouldn't look at that, I'd look at how they're attached to the shoe. Spinning both shoes upside down, once again you will see a color difference between the two pairs here. The retail one being a much more blue, crispy blue compared to the fake one, which looks a little bit faded and a little bit pale compared to the retail one, which is an easy telltale sign. But however, this will be a lot harder when they are used, so maybe just look at this if they're a dead stock pair. If they're used, a lot more difficult. So if you have this pair in hand, you will know they do come with some extremely cool and colorful insoles, so I'll take them out and compare them now. So first up, we're going to take a look at the left insole, and I'll give you a close-up of this. You can see that the colors are actually a little bit faded once again on the fake one at the top where it says Fizzat. I'm not sure what that means, but I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. You will see the color is a little bit faded, and if you look at all the other details, you'll see the colors are slightly off. In the middle where it says BAM, this is in green, whereas on the fake one they've gone for a yellow, and also where it says on the left, you can see that different colors represent different sections, so they have not accurately represented what the retail one should look for. So if I were you, I'd pause it on this screen and you can take a closer look at the retail and fake, and just look at yours if you have one at home and what yours should look like. And then if we take a look at the right insole as well, we hopefully will see some differences in details again. So I would actually say the right insole is a lot closer than the left one, but if I show you from the close-up, you can see a little bit of difference in the details. So if you look at the bottom where it says the Powerpuff Girls logo, you'll see this is slightly larger on the retail one compared to the fake one. And if you look at the Zorch text in the middle, you'll see it's slightly larger once again on the retail one compared to the fake one. But I would say it's a lot closer than the left one is. So that is the end of the comparison, and I hope it has helped you if you are trying to authenticate your pair and what you should look out for when you're purchasing a retail pair, because they're really, really nice. And I do like the blue one, probably the best. This is why I decided to do this video first. I do have the pink and the green ones coming soon, but I think the blue one is the best. So here is a look at the retail pair, and hopefully this video has helped you. If you notice any more differences between the pairs, please comment it down below so you can help people if they are trying to authenticate. And please like and subscribe, it helps me do more videos like this, helps the channel grow. And if you want to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, you can. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope you have an amazing new year.